Hey, quick video. We are prepping the Impala for a Hot Rod Power Tour 2022. These are my tips that I suggest for any newcomer for Hot Rod Power Tour. It's my YouTube video for today. First of all, pick your chariot that you're going to want to take. This here is my 1995 Chevrolet Impala SS. And this is what I'm going to be taking. It's got 211,000 miles on it. Pretty decent shape overall. But reason I'm taking this year is because of that guy right there. And that. And it works. Air conditioning. Number one thing that I would recommend. Last year, I took my 1974 GMC Suburban. It was hot. It was in August last year, but it was hot. No AC. The windows down. It was not good, not fun. So, my recommendation to you, some kind of AC, whether it's in the car, build a swamp cooler. I hear those things. Some people have good luck with them, some people don't. If you don't know a swamp cooler, here, put it here, swamp cooler, bing. It's a little cooler, and it's put ice cubes and blows air and cools off. Mixed reviews. But hey. So, pick out your vehicle. Decide if you want to have AC or not. Third thing you want to figure out is your reliability factor. So my reliability on this is pretty good. I've driven it a lot of places, and I'm pretty confident in it. Did quite a few work, do regular maintenance on it. More modern. I mean, it's still older, but it's modern. I mean, fuel injection and all that. Parts, they're still relatively available. If alternator goes out, I can get one anywhere. Starter goes out, I can get one. You know, fuel pump, that kind of stuff. So relatively easy to get parts for still and whatnot, but don't be discriminated from taking something older. So if you decide to take something older, it's great. I actually had a brake line blowout on me last year, and luckily enough, I brought extra brake lines, brought a flaring kit, and I did the cheap, brake line, flared it, put a piece in there. I did put an alternator on it last year because it was charging 12.9 volts. Wasn't really great. It seemed like it was on the out, but, something to think about. I also updated my radiator. Went to an aluminum one because I could. It's got the big block 454 in it. New hoses, new thermostat. But yeah, that's kind of some of the generic engine problems that I felt I needed to address with that thing, and it paid off. So this year, my Impala, I'm not going to bring more than some basic parts that, you normally have, like spare tire, jack. It's already in the car. That's all I'm bringing. So next thing you got to think about is how many people you're going to have going with you. I'm going to have 3. Got a 4-door sedan, fits 5. We're going to have plenty of room. Plus, we got plenty of room in this nice big giant trunk for our luggage. Some people bring little Miatas, Corvettes, whatever. Just all depends on who's going, how much trunk space you're going to have, and the availability of what kind of stuff you're going to pack. Which leads me into what kind of stuff you're going to pack. As one can imagine, it's a giant road trip. So any road trip you go on, you got to decide where, what kind of restroom breaks, what kind of restaurants you plan on eating at. You get a lot of questions on asking, well, what do I do? What do I bring? Well, last year, I brought a cooler, all my tools, all my parts. Of course, I had a big Suburban, so I had plenty of room. All our luggage. I brought a big giant canopy, and of course, our bodies. And out of all that, the only thing I really utilized was a cooler, my tools when it broke down, of course, our luggage, and the folding chairs. Oh, and I brought a little grill too. I brought that guy. Utilize that a lot. So mainly it was at the hotels, the after parties and whatnot. It was just kind of like sitting around, kind of campfire style. Never used my canopy. It's brand new in the box. Didn't even open it yet. So that's not going with me this year. People have them. You can bring them. You can set them up. But the way the venues are, I mean, I kind of just parked my car and went and checked that stuff out. And by the time I got back, we were all ready to get out of there, get to the hotel. So to each his own. If you want to get there early, whatever. Do it up. I packed for like when I was camping and probably used 20% of my stuff. So figure out your room, figure out what you need to pack, what your supplies, parts, tools. That's kind of where I would say for packing. And of course your luggage for a trip. Also think about, I usually didn't like stopping on the road and spending a ton of money at like restaurants and stuff, and the way gas prices are this year, probably not going to do that again. So works for me. I pack a relatively bigger cooler, get down there day of, load it up with ice and our stuff, and we eat sandwiches and anything else, chips and sodas and cold snacks and everything else, just alongside the road, have picnic style. That's what works best for me, the people I go with. So just think about what you're going to do, what you guys want to eat. If you want to do restaurant style food, all 3 meals a day, 2 meals a day, whatever, it adds up. If not, pack a cooler. There's plenty of grocery stores along the way. There's gas stations, and they're always going to have bags of ice. If you do get in an unfortunate event alongside the road, you're going to have thousands and thousands of fellow car enthusiasts that are going to be tagging along with you. It's good, because if you break down on the side of the road, you're going to have help. It might not be help for immediate help to get your car fixed. It might be. It might just be a ride to the next stop so you can get your tow truck situated. But you're going to have people there to help you out, guaranteed, total strangers. A couple people we didn't stop and help because we were just cruising along. We didn't stop and help because you slow down, people will give you the thumbs up. If they give you a thumbs up, you just keep going because they're already getting the help that they need, or they're stopping for a picnic. So just something to keep in mind. You're always going to have plenty of support out there no matter what. Even if you don't follow the posted routes, there's always going to be kind of people going off, following the highway, following the whatever, get there faster. You're going to find help by a fellow hot rod power tour car enthusiast. I guarantee it. So I would say one recommendation would be, if you're not part of the Hot Rod Power Tour Facebook group, get on there, make friends, kind of throw your rod out there. If you get in trouble, you can post something on there and people say, hey, where are you at? And then you can meet up from that way. So you got that kind of assistance. So getting back into your car and what you're going to take, my suggestion would be as followed. Start from the ground and work your way up. Make sure your tires are decent. Second, make sure you have yourself a spare tire. Some guys ask, some cars weren't even built with a spare tire. Do I need it? I would. I hate being stranded. So, spare tire. Make sure that the spare tire is inflated, good to go. I would recommend with that in your toolkit, maybe a tire pressure gauge, maybe a can of that gray fix-a-flat stuff or whatnot, but tires. Start with your tires. Second thing, I would check your brakes out. Make sure fronts and rears are good to go. If you need to throw pads on, whatever, make sure you got good stopping power, because you're going to be stop and go traffic quite a lot. So with the stop and go traffic, third thing I would say, make sure your car runs cool. If you don't have cooling fans, electric ones, and you've got a mechanical one, make sure the thing's going to stay nice and cool when you're riding and you're not going to overheat in traffic, because it is, again, going to be stop and go traffic. Next thing after that, getting back to kind of the low part of the car, check your wheel bearings out. Both sides, repack them, re-grease them, make sure they're in good working order. Check those out. Rear seals, make sure those are not leaking. Those are good to go. Next, after that, my recommendation would be, if you haven't done a transmission fluid flush and fill in a while, do that. Check out your rear differential, make sure that's good to go. Oil change, that's pretty simple. So if you can't notice the pattern that's going on here, it's basic maintenance. Basic maintenance that you would do. Anything you think will fail usually does. I didn't think I was going to have a problem with my starter. Seemed fine. It looked brand new in there. It did. It got heat soaked. Something I didn't expect. So the things you don't think are going to go wrong and you're not prepared for, they will go wrong. So modern car, you're probably going to have less issues. Older car, you're probably going to have a few more issues unless it's really well maintained. I would make sure all your grease fittings are fitted up. Zert fittings are good to go, greased up. If you got newer tires, make sure you got a new alignment on it. You're not towing in or out and wearing a tire or a hole or what am I trying to say? Wearing out your tires. Zert fittings, make sure that those are good to go, all your ball joints. And when your tires are up off the ground and they spin, give her a shake test. Make sure that they're not bad. You can also check your bearings like that. You can see I recently repacked my bearings and they're just kind of coming out anyway, so I'm good to go there. I did brakes too. Something that's important. Make sure your license and registration, your tabs, like in Michigan, make sure all that stuff is good to go, up to date. Because when you get to the venue, you are going to get asked for your registration and insurance on your car. If you cannot provide it, you will not be able to attend. If you got a rental car, you will not be able to attend. You have to have all that stuff to go into the event. Next line of business I would check, make sure your headlights are working properly, your taillights are working properly, and all your blinkers are working properly. It's going to rain. I don't care if it's a light rain, heavy rain, whatever. It is going to rain. Make sure you have very good windshield wipers. If you don't have wipers, you got one of those sweet cars where they're shaved or truck or whatever, bring a bottle of Rain-X. Bring a lot of Rain-X. Watch the weather forecast because I guarantee it will rain one of the days. So when you get inside your car, some things that you want to look out for is, do you like it clean? Do you like it not? Do you have holes in your floorboard? Do you not? I don't know. I like mine clean. I'm going to go through, do a quick vacuum on it. It will get dirty. You're going to go in and out of it, so don't feel too bad. You're going to park in grassy settings. It's not all paved venues, depending on, I guess, what package you get. Even when we had gold package last year, we ended up having, I think, a grassy spot just because whatnot. So you're going to be in and out of your car, and especially if it rains, it's just expect it. So I bring some cleaning supplies, Armor All, any other little things you might need, Windex just for the inside. And just go through, make sure your seatbelts are good to go. And just, creature comforts that you enjoy or don't enjoy. I would recommend having stuff to charge your cell phone in case you break down. Something for good tunes. Music's always great for long hauls on the road. And if you got a GPS system built into your car, make sure it's updated. If not, you're going to use your phone. Make sure that that's good to use. I use Google Maps or I use Waze. Waze is great. Both are good options. Some of the forums recommend some others that I've never heard of that I might try out. So go check those out. If you got cell phone holders, get the cell phone holders because they'll be good for you. I got this sunscreen that I'm going to put up because my dash is not cracked and I do not want it to be cracked. And we're going to be in some locations where there's going to be a lot of hot sun. So I'm going to put up one of those. Not needed, recommended. Yeah, make sure everything else is working. Gauge-wise, you want to make sure you got oil, temp, fuel, battery. You got tack, that's good, but I don't have a tack. Just make sure your bare essential gauges are working, especially fuel. Otherwise, you're going to be calculating and all that out. So this power tour for me is going to be a lot less stressful. Oh, before I forget, if you don't have cruise control, you're gonna want it. I didn't have cruise control last year, ordered it, and I bought the Dakota Digital for the square bodies. Unfortunately for me, it didn't come in till like the day before we were leaving power tour, and I brought it with, figuring I might have some time to repair, do it on the side of the road. Nope, it didn't. So I drove 2,800 miles, roughly, give or take. No cruise control. If you're not used to no cruise control, yeesh. I got cruise control. Thank goodness. All right. So getting into some of the things that I do besides the basic maintenance, go around the wipers and everything I talked about there earlier, is I'm going to putting on some locking lug nuts. Second thing I'm doing is I got a locking gas cap. The way gas prices are these days, it's too easy to siphon gas out and whatnot, so definitely going to be putting that on there. But it's just deterring. So locking gas cap, that's what I'm throwing on in addition to my locking lug nuts. If you can make an alarm system, sets up, deactivates your car, whatever, go do it. If not, if you got a way to disable your engine without someone knowing, cross your spark plug wires, whatever it might be, I don't know. No, I'm not doing that. But something to deter theft from someone trying to steal your car. But if you can make sure that it doesn't happen, that's probably one of the better ways to do it. But again, if someone's really after your car and they got a flatbed and they're really going to take your car, they're just going to take it. You can unplug sensors and make it run rough. Whatever makes sense to you, to your car, do it if that's in your wheelhouse. If not, alarm systems, lock everything up. Or just do like the simple things of park in groups with lots of people, well-lit areas, study your surroundings beforehand. I mean, let's face it, car thievery happens all the time, and with the power tour, it's a big, widely broadcasted event, and if someone really wants to go lift some cars, they're watching, and they're going to know how to do it. But it's just deterring. Theft is really what you're after doing. My plan is, I've already researched the hotels I'm staying at. I'm going to meet up with a group of people, and we're all just going to all park together and just kind of, find a good spot to park, really. Some of the neighborhoods you hear, it's kind of like, it's sketchy, it's dirty, it's, lots of car theft. Go with a big group of people. Have someone be on watch. Go with 8, 10, 12 people and have someone take an hour turn. And then the next person goes and takes an hour, and then you just do patrol watch. And then if you see any suspicious activity, report it. I mean, that's all you can really do to be 100% sure. But, again, that's what insurance is for and whatever else. So, just some things to think about. So, for the actual event itself, the way the venues have been staged historically is, if anyone's ever been to like a concert or some kind of arena or whatever, it's basically pulling into kind of like a fairground or a racetrack or whatnot. And you drive up and you talk to the ticket agents or the people directing at the front. And day one, they're going to check you in. They're going to tell you which area to park in. There's 3 packages. There's platinum, gold, and the peons. I'm a peon this year. I did gold last year. I'll get into that here in a little bit. So they'll direct you to where you need to go, and you kind of just pull in, and wherever there's an empty parking spot, you park. You can pop your hood. You don't have to pop your hood. Whatever. Lock your car up. Don't lock it up. Whatever. Walk up to the midway. That's where you're going to check in. Make sure to bring your registration. Make sure to bring your insurance and your tickets. Once you check in, you'll get whatever package deal you'll get. You can go walk the midway. There's usually a lot of YouTubers there. You can say hi to them, whatever. And a lot of great sponsors that are there. Check out their items. Get your free t-shirts. Get stuff punched, whatever. Last year, with COVID, they did it a little different. They said make sure you take a picture in front of the Hot Rod Power Tour and then you post it on social media. That was their check-in. They got tags too that you can punch, I guess, from the years before and whatnot, but that's usually how it goes. You could stay for the whole event. You don't have to stay for 20 minutes if you don't want to. It's all at your discretion on what you want to do when you're there. Of course, if you're there, you're probably going to want to go walk around and check out some cars, so you could check out cars. If you want to bring a tarp canopy and set that up and then sit out by folding chairs and have a couple cold snacks, you can do that. Talk to people that walk by, admire your car, whatever. You know, it's kind of like a car show at that point. That's basically getting to the events and the venues. And usually you find a lot of like people that have the same interests in you, and you make really good friends with them. So the packages, as I mentioned, there's a platinum package, there's a gold package, and then there's the not anything special package, I'm going to call it, because I don't remember what it was, but the less inexpensive package. That's the one that I got this year. It's kind of like the nosebleed parking. You got to walk forever. Doesn't matter. You're going to see cool cars regardless. You get to the gold section, you're going to see the same kind of cool cars you are. They park a little bit closer. You get to the platinum parking, you're going to see the same kind of cool cars as you did when you parked where you did. They're just going to be up front by the midway. And each package you get certain things. The platinum one, they make your hotel reservation and they put you up in fancy hotels, and I think you get a free meal every stop that you have. Okay. Gold package. Last year I had that, made my own hotel reservations. We got a meal at one of the locations. We got a bunch of free goodies, hat, t-shirts, whatever. It was all right. This year I did the financially responsible option, I'll put it that way, and made my own hotel reservations. I don't think you get anything else more than that other than a ticket again. So, doesn't really matter to me because I'm still going to go, still going to have fun. We're going to have a great time. So those are kind of your three packages. One's not really better than the other one, in my opinion. I don't know. So do with that what you like. So after day one's done, it kind of depends on your planning. So for my case, you got day one on Monday. I'm actually driving down on Sunday, staying in a hotel. You go to the event for day one, and you stay in a hotel again that night at the same location. Some people choose to drive that day to the event. Not doing that this year. I'm making a trip out of it. So into Tuesday, day two, you get up early and there's a route. The route planning is emailed out to all the participants. We got it already. They posted in the Facebook group. You put it on your phone. You can hit the little Google machine thing at the top, and it'll actually put the Google's stops inside your phone. There are some checkpoints. You can check there and go along the way and just take the route. If you want to make your own route, take a long distance or jump on the highway, you can take the long route and go on the highway, or shorter route, whatever it might be. If you have a side attraction that you want to go check out, you can do that. No one's going to fault you for doing that. You just go. If you got side events for your hobbies that you want to do, more than welcome to do them as you're driving to the next event. I will say, though, that if you do take the route, again, it's going to be bumper-to-bumper traffic. And it's probably going to take usually 3 to 4 to 5 hours. Because it's all back roads. There are gas stations. But there are back roads. And that's the whole point of power tours, to get on these back roads, check out the sights and sounds, and meet the people of these local towns and stuff that you wouldn't really normally travel and see when you're buzzing down the highway. But if you want to make it your own, make it your own. Go do special events and check out whatever it might be. Last year, for instance, too, we went to the venues, and since it was super hot, we went back to the hotel, hung out for a little bit, and then we kind of made a thing where we decided to go to downtown to each one of these cities, and we walked through downtown, got ice cream, did all that fun stuff. So we made it our own and had a great time doing it. So it's about making memories, friends, and whatnot. So into Tuesday, day 2, you drive all day. You go to the event, you do your thing there, you stay as long as you want or as least as you'd like. Go to your hotel and crash, you get up and do it the next day. And you're continually doing this until each event is done. So probably the last thing I will go over, which could be the most important, but just so we know what's going on. Fire extinguisher. Bring a fire extinguisher. You might not need it. Your friends, they might need it. Could save a life. Could save multiple lives. Could save valuable equipment. Make sure to have a fire extinguisher. I think that's pretty much it. Best thing I could say is have fun, meet friends, enjoy. As you can see, I'm nice and dirty because I'm going through getting my stuff ready to go. So, enough yapping for me. I got to get to work. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Probably see you guys out there. If you see me, say hi. Thanks. We'll see you later.